What was the Theo Von clip where he's like, you ever seen what's that movie, like Blackfish or something? What's the movie about SeaWorld?
yeah, Blackfish.
With Drewski?
He's like, damn, they can't even let you live underwater, man.
Bro,
I was listening
that
to
clip was
Speaking of Theo
floored.
Von, we need a backstory on what happened.
Shut
here.
up.
Oh man, look, man.
We gotta let the people know what's going on. There's a lot of hard work
I
going on.
genuinely
getting
think he's
big
the best
StickTalk
podcaster out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely is. So, anyways, yeah,
Whoa,
Theo
whoa,
Von.
whoa.
We all love Theo Von.
Credit where credit is due.
you.
He had an episode today
Second
with YG.
best.
Like
Second
whenever you
best.
watch this, hilarious.
Second best.
I saw a clip. It was funny.
So funny.
The
So
whole
funny.
show.
Yeah, it was great.
But anyways, yeah, so we're trying to get bigger guests on the podcast, and one of our strategies is because we're in a location like Tampa where a lot of famous people come to perform, whether it be concerts like Post Malone's coming tonight or comedy shows like Theo Von came a couple of weeks ago. We just keep an eye on when these events are happening, and when we see they're coming to town, we just reach out. And so for Theo Von, we actually went really hard on that one. We were just reaching out to like the people that produce his podcast, his team, his managers, him on all the different platforms. And it was actually a cool story because I put it out on Twitter, and then one of the guys that follows me on Twitter said his producer of his podcast actually became the producer by sending Theo a cold email. And so he's like, if you send a cold email to the producer saying that you do cold email, he'll probably relate to that and then connect you to Theo. And so I did. He sent me to a different guy's email address, which I sent an email to. And I was like, there's this beautiful Cathedral Cigar Lounge in Tampa, like 5 minutes from where Theo's performing 3 nights in a row. So you got to look for like all the different leverage points. Theo's here for 3 nights in a row. What is he going to be doing in Tampa for 4 days, right?
Coming here without us.
Coming here. So anyways, yeah, we didn't end up getting him on. He like just said he wasn't available, whatever. And then we see Saturday morning, which is when we always record StickTalk podcast episodes. That weekend, we didn't have a guest lined up, so we weren't recording. And funny enough, we go on Instagram, and guess who's recording?
No, I got a call.
Who's recording?
I got a call from the manager of this place, and she goes, "Hey, did you see who was at Cathedral today?" I'm like, "No." She
At
goes,
11 a.m. when you
"Theo
guys usually
Von." I'm
record your
like, "Oh my
podcast every
God,
weekend.
Kill myself.
Yeah. So,
With
anyways,
another guest we're trying to get.
With another, with our neighbor. Ric
With our
Flair.
literal neighbor who I see like every week.
Ric Flair.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get the nature boy on.
Yeah, he'll be coming on for sure.
Woo!
He'll be coming on for sure. But that's so crazy
That's
because,
pretty good.
That's
bro,
really good.
it had
We'll
to
have to
be
clip that.
manifested by our outreach because there's no way they would have knew of the Members Lounge.
It wasn't
at this
manifested. They just
niche-
read it and ripped our shit.
All right, sure, yeah.
Astrology girls are so over the top,
Manifested.
bro.
There's
So unoriginal.
These 333
She goes,
times.
"Oh,
wow.
they saw on Google reviews that this was the best place in
So-
Tampa." I'm like, "No, they read Andre's email." And
So
ripped
I
our
told them
whole
to go to
flow,
this
bro.
place because it's great for podcasting, and
At
they
this
must have
specific time when
manifested
it's
it.
quiet. Literally in the email, it's like upstairs Members Lounge at this time on Saturdays because no one's there and it's quiet. And that's exactly what they did, but without us.
And they got
So-
Hulk Hogan on.
And they got Hulk Hogan on.
Hey, brother.
So, yeah, that was pretty tragic. But we made an effort. We ended up talking to him for a couple of minutes at the Edition Hotel
Someone
one of
had
the
a pair
nights.
of balls.
Huh?
Because someone approached him. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
So
Talk your shit, boy.
Theo was at the first of all, not trying the nicest hotel in town. We all know that everybody stays there when there's a fancy, comedy show, concert going on, whatever. I wasn't stalking him. I'm like, he's gonna be staying here, so I'm gonna camp out there.
And we live across the
I
street.
wasn't stalking him, but I'm gonna camp out there.
You
And
shouldn't
we
use
live
the
across the
term
street,
camp
too,
out,
so.
bro. Just say
I just
you were
sat,
hanging out.
I sat at the hotel that he was staying at all of Saturday.
He's in a tent like outside the hotel.
Fucking
And
steakhouse.
the whole time that I was, the
eating
whole
the
time,
PB&J with
To
the
be
binoculars.
fair,
Sleeping bag.
you can see the
I
entrance
talk?
from your balcony.
Yeah, yeah.
Let him,
be fair.
let
so
him,
the whole
let him
time
cook.
that he was here, I was at the hotel he was staying at trying to see him, and meanwhile,
Camping?
the one place that we could have met him, we weren't there. So, AKA where we're sitting right now, he was in the room next to us filming a podcast with Ric Flair. And yeah, so we saw him later that night after a show at the hotel. I'm like, "Hey man, you were at how'd you like the cigar bar?" He's like, "Oh, how'd you know I was there?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm a member there, and we usually record a podcast there. And the one time that we don't film on Saturdays, you were there." He's like, "Oh, brother, I'm sorry." And then I'm like, "Should I say what happened next?"
He was
You have
like,
to get into the full impersonation.
No, I was like,
yeah, you should say what happens next. She's not gonna listen. What are you talking about, bro?
so I was like, "Oh, you met the blonde bartender, Grace?" He was like, "Yeah, I did, brother." And I'm like, I heard the story. He's like, I'm like, yeah, I heard you wanted to take her on tour with you. You liked her. He's like, oh man, I did. So I was like, yeah, I had a crush on her back in the day, and
You got all quiet. You hear this?
I'm
I
like,
know. He's like seeing if she's walking
I'm
around
like,
the corner.
she's also on shift right now. So and I'm like, it didn't work out, and he's like, he sat me down. He's like, tell me about it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna have a conversation with Theo, and I was like, yeah, like slow played it for a while, got her number, friend zone. He's like, dude, I feel for you, bro. And we had a great conversation. And then these guys come in like, oh, Theo, what's up, man? Like, hey. I'm like, oh, okay.
That wasn't it.
The funniest thing about him is he's like the exact same in person as he's on stage.
Yeah, he was like, what's your podcast again? I'm like, Stick Talk. He goes, Stick Talk. What is that, some hockey shit? Like, no, cigars. He's like, okay. Hey, guys, if you enjoyed this short clip, check out the full interview here. And if you want to see more clips from this episode, check it out right here.